All right, happy Thursday, April 23rd. I have to look at my calendar. April 23rd, guys. Thursday, April 23rd. Here we go. Now we're in chapter 6. It's called A School of Fish. We won't have a chapter tomorrow because tomorrow is your day to catch up on all the work in your packet from the 3 chapters we've read this week, chapter 4, 5, and 6, okay? So no reading tomorrow, but you will have your packet. And today is the day, glory, hallelujah, that you get to go to the school between 11 and 12:30 today and pick up your book. Okay, get your book in your hand. Mrs. Henshin ordered them and got them here. There was some boogered up stuff that happened with the shipping or whatever, something, but it doesn't matter. The books will be here. Get it in your hand. Okay, so now we got Naomi. She's kind of crazy about her mom now, right? Because mom came in, whisked in, bought her some new clothes, store-bought clothes, fixed her hair. I hope you've been trying to predict what's going to happen next. But we can infer what Naomi is feeling right now, even though she's not really telling us some of the actions some of the things she does or says. We know how she's feeling. And who wouldn't? You don't know your mom, you've never known her, and all of a sudden she shows up and she's kind and she's beautiful and she drives a sports car. Wow, right? Well, poor Naomi. I love her to death. She's a great character that created by Pam Munoz Ryan. But Naomi is about y'all's age, and life is not always easy for kids your age. So let's read on A School of Fish. The minute I walked into the classroom, Mrs. Morimoto said, "Naomi, your hair looks lovely like that." I smiled at her and walked to my seat. Ms. Morimoto was a Japanese version of Fabiola. She had the same exact curly hair, and instead of long aprons, she preferred flower skirts in bright colors. Students at Buena Vista Elementary prayed to get assigned to Miss Morimoto for 5th grade, because every year in January she took the whole class out to dinner at a fancy restaurant and to a play at the Gold Globe Theater in San Diego. It was her claim to fame. Besides that, she was nice and didn't take any nonsense from troublemakers. One of the boys from the back of the room yelled, "Ooh, Naomi!" The boys all laughed, but the girls didn't, and I could see they were inspecting me top to bottom. Girls, y'all are vicious. Sensing their stares, I sat down right away and busied myself, let's get our page turned here, looking in my desk until the start bell rang. I was secretly smiling, but I sure wished I could control the warmth crawling up my neck and cheeks. What's she talking about? She's embarrassed. She's feeling that blush, the red. Have you ever turned red-faced or felt the heat because you got embarrassed? Ms. Morimoto clapped her hands to get our attention. "People," she always called us people, "I'd like you to meet a new student who has just transferred to Buena Vista, Blanca Paloma. She comes to us from Atascadero, California. Please make her feel welcome." "Blanca," Miss Morimoto looked toward the side of the classroom. A skinny girl with long black hair, even curlier than Fabiola's or Miss Morimoto, stood up and quickly sat back down. Maybe it was my French braid, or maybe Blanca didn't know yet I wasn't one of the make-up sleepover girls. But at morning recess, she came right up to me and started chattering right away. I didn't understand 2 words she said. "I don't speak Spanish," I finally told her. Like a light flicking from off to on, she changed to English. "You're not a Mexican? Funny, you look Mexican." "We just moved here, you know. My mom works for Value City. Know what my name means in English? White dove. What's your name?" "Naomi Outlaw." "Wow, you talk so soft. Get closer so I can hear you better. Just Naomi Outlaw? No middle name?" I took a step closer and gave her the full version, Naomi Soledad Leon Outlaw. But I just go by Naomi Outlaw. "Leon, that means lion. You're Naomi the lion." She wasn't making fun, just saying it matter of fact. "What's Soledad mean?" I asked. Soledad is some big saint in Mexico. Men and women are named after her. I have an Uncle Soledad who raises goats. They stink." I laughed. "Who did your hair like that? It looks amazing." "My mother," I said, the words sounding as strange as Spanish on my tongue. "My mom never learned French braiding because she works all the time. I go to the Y for the before and after school programs. It's just her and me." Oh, Naomi has a friend. "Because she's divorced from my dad. We lived in Walnut Creek, Riverside, Atascadero, and now Lemon Tree, all in 2 years. She's moving up in the company. So it is just you and your mom, too?" "I live with my gram and my brother right now. My mom is visiting." Now, first of all, I love this little girl, Blanca Paloma. I love her name anyway, White Horse. She's just full of questions, and she seems so cute and so sweet, and I just adore her right off the bat. And she just fires question at Naomi without Naomi ever knowing, or without Blanca ever knowing, that Naomi's kind of quiet and laid back and not part of the group of kids, the little clique, right? "Just visiting. How come she doesn't live with you here?" She left us with my gram when we were little." "What about your dad?" asked Blanca. "Divorced." "Same as me. I don't see my dad very much. What's yours like?" "I don't know. He lives in Mexico. He's never come to see us." "You don't know anything about him? You should ask. That's what my mom always says. Ask lots of questions and you'll get lots of answers. You deserve to know about your own life, right?" "You don't know my gram. She doesn't like to dig up old bones." "That's funny. Dig up old bones. Hey, I heard we're having conferences next week. Maybe our moms could meet. Then they could arrange for us to get together. What do you think?" "Maybe," I said. Should I tell Blanca I'd only known Skyla for 2 days? "Have you ever been to Mexico?" asked Blanca. "In my whole life, I've never been. My dad promised he'd take me someday. Hey, did you know I get a discount on anything at Value City since my mom's a manager?" Graham would call Blanca a jabbermouth, but I liked her, and I was already hoping she could stick close to me all day. I didn't have to worry. At lunch, she grabbed her bag and stayed on my elbow until we reached the library. Ms. Marble looked at me and said, "And who is this person with the elaborately plaited hair?" Then he bowed to Blanca. "Ah, the new student. I heard about you in the staff room this morning. Welcome to our safe haven. Is there a particular subject you are interested in?" "Blanca, because if so, I can highly recommend a book on just about anything. After all, I am the librarian." "Since it's lunchtime, can I interest you in some mind food? Or since we have an aquarium, I could also offer you some fish food." We both giggled and sat down at the table. "Wow, you eat in here?" said Blanca. "Like a club, huh?" I'd never thought of it that way. I just thought it was where all the leftover kids ate. While we took out our sandwiches, Mr. Marble arranged the glass display case. First he stacked a bunch of little boxes inside and covered them with giant silky red scarf. Then he placed dolls dressed in costumes from different countries on the little boxes. "These are Ms. Dominiquez's private collection. Ms. Dominiquez, in case you don't know, Blanca, is our principal. She collected these as a girl. Now, everyone close your eyes. I'm going to add some ambiance." Oh, I love that word. We closed our eyes. "Ta-da! What do you think?" he said. We opened our eyes. He had turned on the light inside the display case. The light reflecting against the scarves made the dolls shine with a rosy glow. I nodded my approval. Mr. Marble changed the case every few weeks, and he always decorated it perfect, so a student just couldn't resist stopping and looking inside. Sometimes, if Mr. Marble knew that a student or a teacher had a collection of some kind, like rocks or baseball cards, he would display them. My dream was to make it to the glass case at the library and to be known for something other than my current reputation as the weird kid's sister with the funny last name who wore clothes that matched her great-grandma's polyester wardrobe. Blanca was right about asking lots of questions. In that one lunch period, she found out that Mimi Messmaker was going on a cruise over winter vacation and that John Lee sometimes loaded the donut making machine. She also discovered that Mr. Marble was from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Kalamazoo was going to the splendid words list and unusual names. Naomi likes that name. When the bell rang, they all walked out ahead of me, but I hung back. Mr. Marble must have taken Blanca's cue about asking questions because he said, "Naomi Outlaw, is there something on your mind? Can I help you?" I nodded and whispered, "My mother came back." Mr. Marble put his hand on his cheek. What an interesting turn of events, and how is that working out? I thought about that for a moment, chewing on my bottom lip. I finally answered, "I don't know. Good, I think." "Thank you for sharing with me, Naomi Outlaw. I know how hard it is to open up sometimes. I hope you will have more to tell me later." I nodded and gave him a little smile. I hoped so too. Our poor sweet Naomi is hoping there will be more to tell later. So even though she seemed excited about the new clothes and getting her hair braided and now she has a new friend, I think she's also kind of got that cynical mind that makes her kind of hold back. She doesn't go full force into it 100%, turn herself over to the way she's feeling because she's holding back, maybe doesn't want to be hurt or disappointed. At Buena Vista, we only had bus service in the morning, so when school was out, Blanca and I stood on the front steps, waiting to get picked up. I had warned her about Owen. When he arrived with his tape and his funny walk and his throaty voice, she shrugged her shoulders and said, "That's it? You should meet my cousin. He's in junior high, and he's a lot weirder than Owen." Gran pulled up to the curb in her green Toyota. "I'll meet you right here Monday morning, okay, Naomi the Lion?" said Blanca, pointing to the steps. "Okay," I said, waving. I had already decided I was going to add Ada Gescadero to my splendid words list. As I walked toward Graham's car, I smoothed my new jeans, readjusted my stretchy shirt, and found myself smiling and feeling like a shiny penny. My new look had brought me good luck, and I had my mother to thank. Whew, that's a lot this week, isn't it, guys? Naomi's gone from being kind of unsure and terrified about her mom showing up, and Grandma being unsure and nervous about it, to where everybody's saying, "Hey, you know what? Let's make the best of it." And her new hair and her new clothes, and now she has a new friend and her new mom. There's a lot of new going on for Naomi Leon, isn't there? I hope it all turns out well for her. All right, you guys spend tomorrow, Friday, finishing up your packet. Take pictures of it and send them to Mrs. Simpson on either text or on Class Dojo in the Portfolios tab, okay? So that I can get your grades in the grade book. All right, guys, I miss you. You take care of yourself. Take care of one another until we meet again. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, you'll have your writing prompt and your warm-up. But other than that, tomorrow's is your day to get caught up with your packet. All right, see you later, guys.